Hi, this is Brad Sweezy, president of Just Small Biz Marketing. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you can increase dollars or revenue for your business for less than a Benjamin Franklin, you know, who is not the president or was never a president of the United States, though some people, think that. Okay, first off, let's start with the reality. 50 to 70% of all businesses fail within 18 months of opening their doors. Some take a little bit longer to fail, as these big retailers are dropping by the wayside lately. So that's one thing to look at. The other thing is that for small business owners especially is, you know, the ADHD syndrome. Like they say I have ADHD, they just don't understand. Oh, look, a squirrel, that kind of thing. So, you've got to prevent yourself from going for the flavor of the day, so to speak. This is a topic of what we're going to talk about, overview slide. We'll go through all of these things here. So I know time is precious, so I'm not going to read over all of them. We'll get into them in this webinar. It's just a little bit about me. You can see here, I went to the Air Force Academy, which is like West Point for the Air Force. I always mention that because sometimes people go, where'd you go to college? Uh, and I went to college at the Air Force Academy and then went to Georgetown Law. Law was not my passion, so I didn't end up doing it. But I've had a 20-plus year career in and outside of government, in and outside big companies, etc., helping small businesses grow and other organizations grow. I've been in every major media outlet out there. Here's a sample of the small business clients we have. Some of our clients don't want to be named, so they're not on here, but it's a diverse group of clients. And despite the fact that every business thinks they're special and they're different, which they are, their marketing approaches and marketing strategies just have to be tweaked a little. So here's some more. So everything from auto repair to stem cell therapy, etc. It doesn't matter to us. We are going to help you grow your business. These are some of the larger clients' experience. Pretty much your budget determines how big of involvement you need from us, obviously. So let's go back to what you're really here for, though, is ways to get more customers or clients for your business and more profit. Way number one is give money back to current customers. Now, who's the best person to market to? Somebody who's never used your business or somebody who's used your business? The answer is obvious. It's the people who've used your business before. But what do most businesses focus on doing over and over again? They focus too much attention on getting new business, especially if they've been around for a while. You've got a sizable customer base of 2 or 3 or 5,000 people. Well, you need to reach out to them. They like you. You want them to love you. And here's an interesting statistic. New customers are expensive. It costs on average a business $34 to get a new customer and $7 to market to an existing customer. Now, the important thing here is if you've got a more expensive product or service, it's going to cost you a lot more to get somebody there. You don't market a Ferrari, for example, and expect, well, I'm going to spend $34 and get somebody to buy a $150,000, $200,000 Ferrari. It's not going to happen. So disavow yourself of that idea. I put 2 little coupons here. One is Inman Auto, a client of ours, where every year they give a check, so to speak, to their loyal customers that they can spend on services. The other thing is a major retailer out there, Kohl's, who they email my girlfriend all the time and have these offers. So she'll go to the store to get the free money and then spend more money to get more free money. And so it continues. It's a never-ending cycle. Now, I'm not so sure that's great for the retailer in the end, just because they've conditioned them to not spend unless they get a coupon. But for the most part, if you manage how often you do this kind of stuff, it'll work. So definitely do that. It doesn't really cost you anything. Well, it costs you a little bit, but not much. Let's look at way number 2. Give money to a charity and do PR, public relations. And this is just a recent one, March 16, 2017. I just put that out there because it's a recent example. Media outlets really don't care about small business unless you're buying advertising from them. Then they care, okay? They need revenue to sustain their news organizations. And print has been going down drastically. TV viewership's down to some extent. But when you have a charitable angle, everything's a little bit different. Now, all of a sudden, you have the chance of getting a story written about you. And that's what we did with Jag Window Tinting. Basically, we got them involved with the Children's Hunger Project there in Cocoa, Florida, Brevard County, Florida, and then also linked them up with 3M. JAG got a 3M donation, the big company, and so we got all that exposure for his business and helped out the community at the same time. So it's really a powerful tool. Way number 3 is do some pay-per-click ads. Ignore the continue at the top. I didn't change it, and we're going to talk anyway, so this is just real time, so to speak. So people are actually looking for your biz, and they type something, and they're looking for it now, okay? So you're not paying for brand awareness or to reach everyone. You can do it as little as $3 a day, which I don't recommend you go anything below that. And you get these little, these ads right here, and you see that here and here, so you can have a way to find people who are looking for a specific thing. All right, it's a way to get quick results without SEO and the time it takes. You get real life data to use in other marketing efforts, which you'll see on the next slide. And social media ads might be appropriate under certain circumstances, promotion for a deal or event, and I've got obviously another webinar on that. So there's a lot of tools out there for particular situations. So let's look at the pay-per-click ads in a little bit more detail here, okay? And possibly social media. So this is search terms for cruises. My girlfriend's a travel agent, runs a travel agency, stressfreecruising.com and popvacations.com. But one of the things we're doing is testing, Alaska cruises, okay? And we found a lot of that information when we looked at the key search terms that people were looking for related to cruises. And you can see here, these are various search terms that people actually typed into the computer, okay? These aren't keyword estimates, etc. These are actual real people, okay? And you can see where the click-through rate is, which is what percentage of people who saw the ad clicked on it. And then what you see here is this one, which is at 37.5%, and you go, oh, when is the best time to cruise Alaska? So what you do is, if you develop a report or something along those lines that speaks to that, you're in a much better position, okay? So it doesn't cost you a huge amount of money compared to some other things like brand awareness. Now this is a pretty fun way of doing things, and it's have a drawing for something like a tablet, TV, etc. It doesn't matter. There are so many things out there that have a higher perceived value that don't cost too much. We put a 19-inch here. We found a 32-inch TV that was on special for, I think, $90 or something for one of our clients, okay? So you combine this with social media to get maximum results. You get them to check in at your biz, photo or video them at your business with the particular product or service if appropriate, get them to share it, and then reward them for a contest at the end of the month. And you can see one of our clients, John's Fine Jewelry, did what we recommended, and they got a tremendous number of people coming into the store taking pictures with their favorite pieces of jewelry, and that got to share that. So you're creating future marketing opportunities because they're telling you what they like. Okay, way number 5, give something away for free to a limited number of people, right? It gets them to act now. Well, order today and you're going to get a free mystery bag with, any $40 purchase, I would tend to limit this to the first X number of customers. And you need to have that on there, because if you don't, you may open up an offer and all of a sudden you're giving a lottery ticket to 1,000 people or something along those lines. So even a free lottery ticket, it's cost you $1 or something. Voila. People love that. I mean, we remember Americans like taking risks on occasion, and contests are very popular. Bingo is popular. Slot machines are popular. People like to spend a little bit of money for the chance of winning a lot. So get them involved. And if you happen to get a winner, that's even better, So that's something to think about. Way number 6, hold free information seminar at a library if appropriate. This is me as people are coming in for a class. I teach at Eastern Florida State College. This is me talking to a Visitors Bureau, Cocoa Beach. This is me at a Chamber of Commerce event in Seminole County in Florida. But seminars are particularly good for a business where there's a big investment required by a consumer. Assisted living facilities, funerals, cruises, health, etc. And I just noticed this mistake. in the spelling. I could have caught that. Um, I like to point out the mistakes, and that's that accountability, and I have that accountability with my clients. If we mess something up, which we rarely do, we admit it, we own it, okay? So that's an important thing. Um, Often the room is free or low cost. I mean, you can get them 50, $100, you know? So it's not that much, and check with your local chambers, or even check with the library. One of our clients did a free informational seminar at a library in Ormond Beach, Florida, and, it was cost $50 for the room. The nice thing is, though, it's a non-threatening environment. Okay, they're not. People come into, let's say, a library or a lunch and learn, for example. They're not expecting that you can shut the doors and you're in their you're in the business location, then you're going to feel that pressure. No, it's in a open environment. So you can use public relations and other avenues to get there on events calendars at the newspapers, etc., and the TV stations. So you can invite your current prospects and your new current prospects and new clients and even clients. Way number 7 is monthly newsletters with offers. So basically, you're going to have a newsletter that goes out every month, okay? It doesn't cost a lot. It may take a little bit of time to do, and you have to have somebody do it. So you can have something informational on there, like maybe you want to talk about your dog or whatever, but you also have an offer that is timely and connects with people so that they act on something. For example, it's Mother's Day in a few days after let's say if Mother's Day is coming up, what you want to do is, well, let's have an offer related to Mother's Day. Come in for a free break job, or come in for a break job and get a free bouquet or something like that, or a free flower for your mom, something like that. So you do these newsletters and you do it month after month. And I emphasize this because your prospects and your customers, they're not thinking about you all the time. They're really only thinking about you when they need you. So the newsletter helps you keep at the top of their mind, so to speak, when they kind of remember what they need, but they can't remember your name maybe, because you're emailing them every month. Voila, you're doing it. You're getting their top of mind. I'm going to use the example of auto body repair. I got a client, auto body repair place. Met the guy once, the owner. Didn't talk to him again for 8 months. But he got my newsletters, he got my follow-up emails, and when he was ready to buy, he called. We did business. If you don't do this, you're literally throwing money away. You're giving all your hard-earned cash and slowly letting your competitors take it from you. So I would definitely recommend you do that. Way number 8 is membership programs. Now, you can do membership programs all over the place. Look at, Cadillac right now has a $1,500 a month car sharing program. $1,500 a month. I think, I don't know, it's 18, 20 times a year. You can get a new Cadillac. Whatever Cadillac you need for the weekend, bam, you got it. And this is something the world is moving more toward, membership programs. You see it all over the place. I mean, there's a membership program for razors now, right? Or movies we know with Netflix, etc. So the nice thing about the membership programs is it allows you to get stable monthly income. You have to price it right and have different levels for different people, who want to have different services. I go to Planet Fitness because I do a lot of traveling. There's the regular membership, which is, I think, maybe $10 a month. And then the black membership is $20 a month, I think. I have the black one because I travel. So they're allowing me to go to more facilities and pay a little bit more. And it doesn't cost you much out of pocket to do this. So, in summary, you can build a business without breaking your bank to start. But you got to methodically devote money to your marketing. And I have a rule of 10% of your revenue at least should go to marketing. If you want to grow your business, at least 10%. And a minimum of $500 a month. Now, you don't have to, if you're starting out, you don't have that, then you've got to think of more creative ways, and I gave you some of those ways now. But if you're really serious about growing your business, you've got to have money available to do such things as joining chambers, put on a seminar, invite people, either pay for the newsletters to get done, pay for the ads. You got to do a little bit of something. You're not going to build your business completely for free. You may have one or two businesses that somehow escape that, but for the most part, you are going to get a big problem if you don't invest enough in marketing. Now, for those of you who want to stick on a little longer, I got some bonus ways. Okay, the bonus way number 1 is become a perceived expert in the media and community. if you know your industry, why not talk about it? Why not be one of those people raise their hand and say, sure, I'll talk about this. I've got an opinion on this. I've got a learned opinion. I've got experience. I'm going to offer it. So if you don't do that, you're kind of telling everybody, well, I'm not really comfortable enough with what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert. But your competitors, you know, they may feel comfortable talking. So you be the go-to person who's willing to talk. And I wrote a column for Florida Today for a while. These are a sample of a bunch of my columns, you know, and I wasn't afraid to do that. You know, I wrote and put that out there. Now, occasionally you have people disagree with you, but ultimately it was whatchamacallit. It was my expertise that helped me get business and get clients. So don't be afraid. Number 2 is get involved in charity or volunteer organizations. I mean, and more than just giving money, but actually get involved and help. Like I was on the board of directors of the Brevard Community Band of Brevard. I helped Brevard Save Our Students campaign. I was vice president of the Air Force Association. All of these are volunteer positions that help you get out to the community and have people see that you're willing to invest in your community. And the nice thing is, I just read an article in the Wall Street Journal today about one of the advantages small companies have over bigger companies is they have that trust factor because they are part of their community. They give back, they get involved. So that's definitely something you should consider doing. Bonus way number 3, you got to develop and test messages offers constantly. And it's a big mistake if you think matter, words don't. Now I put that there specifically because words matter and how they're placed in a page can matter. And just changing a word around or even changing where it is on a page can change the response rate. This is important. I mentioned before about what people actually look for and what people do and how they do things might be different than how we think they're going to do it. So you always have a control message and you test messages. But here, you can see this here. You could look right there as you got this. I think I can write on this. Let me try this. All right. No. Okay, I can. So we'll go back to that. Look at these 2 different ads. Good marriage counseling is at the top right there. Good marriage counseling at the bottom. Good marriage counseling here. All right. But this one is the one I like to highlight. These are basically the same, right? Except for this. Save your relationship now, and your relationship can be saved. Look at the difference in response rate. 460% difference in response rate. Okay? Just by changing something, your relationship can be saved, we think sounded hopeful. Versus save your relationship now, which is definitely a stronger call to action, a CTA, but apparently it maybe turned people off because they wanted more of a hopeful message. But if we didn't test that out, we would dramatically have gotten worse results. Here's an example of a landing page and checking things, the differences. In here, really the only difference here is the pictures. This picture with the kids in it outpulled this one with just the boat by 83%. So that matters. Here's another way. Develop and test constantly. 166% difference in response. This one beat the other one. All we changed was moving the 3 pictures to the bottom. So these pictures were here, and we moved that to the bottom. So we took it from there to there. 166% difference in response. Bonus way number 4, know the competition better than they know themselves. And this is a particular law firm that's a client of ours, but we compared how well they're doing to some of the other ones before they became a client. So I knew this client was coming to the seminar, and I then had an example coincidentally that was showing where they needed help. But, you know, look at their websites, look at their advertisements, how much they cost, what were they doing that you aren't, and vice versa. And you have to assume other businesses are doing the same. Our approach is hyper-vigilance. We can check out anybody who's advertising online on any type of pay-per-click. We can check out. This is an example shuttle from MCO to Port Canaveral, and we can see some of these. And I'm going to use this one right here as an example. Royal Cocoa Shuttle. This is how much they spent over the years. Right. This is a little bit older example, but it still works the same. How much money they're spending on AdWords. We can see what they're doing. We can also see the top keywords they're paying to advertise on. We can see their ads. Okay, And from that, we can make better decisions to position our clients to better get more business. So we went over a lot of information in here. Obviously, it was very fast, but I know you're busy. We can do a free consultation. Either click on the link regarding this webinar, or just visit calendly.com/Brad Sweezy, or email me at brad@justsmallbiz.com, or call. You can go to the website justsmallbiz.com, and what we do is we do methodical marketing planning and results-based marketing implementation, which saves you money excuse me, and maximize opportunities for continued business. So thanks again for attending our webinar, and we look forward to hearing from you.